Congress of the ANC. My name is Ali Kiadi. I'm the Secretary General of the Indomitable National Youth Congress. I'm honored to introduce a man who needs no introduction because his name has gone across the landscape of this country. We call him only as ABC. But considering the circumstances that have engulfed the country, we prefer to refer to him as the last man standing. He's the last man standing in this country to redeem us. The last time we said he's the person who is going to take this country from a beggar nation to a business nation. He's this man with impeccable character. He has intimidating credentials. That is why the status quo jet us when they hear ABC. I listened to the moderator saying, there is one proud Liberian that excel without grabbing nobody. In America, you don't grab. To reach at that level, you must demonstrate results consistently to be able to excel to certain corporate position in America. Here people get bad degree and President Boakai gave you job in his government. That doesn't happen in that space. Here people get falsified degrees. Here people get graduate from high school and become presidential press secretary. That was not the case. So this man followed the ladder in corporate America. That is why he commands so much respect in the business international world. This is the man that has graced this intellectual center today. And Liberia is so much blessed that while other countries, especially the Ghanaians, sometimes they can say ABC is a Ghanaian. We want ABC, they want ABC, who too will belong to Ghana. We too deserve a good thing in this country. There is a man that we are privileged to introduce. And the ANC is so blessed that since post-war Liberia, the two parties that are responsible for the material condition of the state has never been ANC. The material condition of the state since post-war, since the war, has been the CDC and the Unity Party. So whatever material condition the masses of the people are confronted with, only two parties can be held responsible. The Unity Party and that of the CDC. There are a breakaway from the status quo. We say try something new. This is the candidate that represents the new era of the future. This is the man that we are drawing today. And arguably, we have seen the trends and the path of the status quo that it is not clear to the blind and audible to the deaf that these people, considering what they have done over the past few months, they lack what it takes to take this country from this level to highest unimaginable. The ANC presents the perfect authority, and that is why I agree with the chairman when he said the ANC is the authority. We are the authority because our vision is being seen through the eyes of a man who is disconnected from the corrupt system in the country. That is the man we are privileged to introduce. That is the man who has done so many humanitarian work, but consistently he has said those things will not be publicized. We in the Youth Congress will mention these things to our people so they can understand the good things he's doing in this country. Go to AME University today, a graduate school is named in his honor because he contributed an amount of $100,000 United States dollars to establish the Alexander Benedict Cummings graduate school. What he said, because we consider the intellectual center as the people legislature. This is where ideas are put. This is where ideas are put and distributed to the communities. So you must have the information here in order to tell our people the good things this man has accomplished in this country. Today, the Cummings Africa Foundation is born of politics. Score the grades and get the scholarship. Whether you Unity Party man or a CDC man, at the Cummings Africa Foundation, there is no question of political parties. We have done only ANC youth will get the scholarship. But this man has gone beyond mediocrity. He say, look, let Liberian benefit in so far it can reach the maximum GDP. Go there today, Google the Cummings Africa Foundation. We are not talking about foundations that are in people's suitcases, passing. It's on the website, go there and blah. These are good things he's doing in the country. Talking like about the humanitarian work he's been doing, his engagement on government policy, his recommendation. These things are there. So comrades, when we endeavor to introduce this man, we might not leave here today because his credentials are so many to the extent where we might not be able to unravel to the media. By times go by, men are on the ground, men will leave here and be mounted to the different intellectuals across the country to make our people understand and appreciate the character that we are marketing. This is the man I'm privileged to introduce. So ladies and gentlemen, committee chairman, with a round of applause and a standing ovation, I would like to welcome to this podium. Manda! 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 Long live, long live, long live! Long live, long live, long live, long live, everything long live! Zayo! 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 Sustain, sustain, sustain! Can you open your camera, Zayo? Zayo! Aluta! Aluta! The Cummings, thank you.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon!
Papa Dio! Mr. Chairman, and for my fellow, is it four hands? Yes. Honorary member, right?
Yes. Yeah.
My fellow four hands, it's good to be back.
Yes.
Good to be back to have a conversation with you. So I will say a few words, make a few comments, touch on a few topics, and then we'll open up for questions on any subject, anything on the mind. Let me thank Alu for his kind introduction. Let me thank Sensi for being here. He always shows up where I am. Thank you for that. And all our ANC partners who are here today, thank you for your presence and your support. So, look, a few things, a few comments, and much of what I will say will not be new. Much of what I will say, I've said this thing before. And the reason why they will not be new and too different is because, unfortunately, nothing is very changing in our country. You know, my favorite saying, my favorite quotation is you can't keep doing the same thing over and expect different results, right? So when you keep doing the same thing, experience it, you get the same result. And it's, you know, it's sad to say that, you know, if you ask every one of you here today, ask the average Liberian, are you better off today than you were a year ago or 18 months ago? I bet 99.9% you will say you're either the same, you're not any better off, or you maybe even worse off. Right? I bet if you put your hand up, who's better or worse off, both people will say we're either the same or we're worse off. That means nothing is really changing. That means we continue to have what they call two sides of the same coin. Right? You got a 5-cent coin, 20-cent, 25-cent coin. Two sides of the same coin. Our country is not progressive. But I do believe that we can change our country. I want Liberians to continue to have hope in themselves and hope in Liberia. I know it's difficult to have hope when you don't have a job, when you can hardly get one meal a day, or you can't pay your children's school fee, when you got all of these challenges, you can't pay your rent, you can't pay for LEC, all of these things. But there is a better way, there's a different way, there's an alternative. that we have to really look for and strive for. Our country today is majority young people. I think it's what, 65% or even more of our people today are under the age of 25. So most of you, not all of you here, but most of you here are young people. Outside of the oldest president, this is about your future. And the question is, what are you prepared to do to ensure we have a different future? They have a better future. When you think about the current situation in the country, you know that's the saying that you will know it's Christmas. So after 18 months, how does the eve look? How does the job situation look? How does the economic situation look? This is why when people ask me to give my assessment of where the country is, I say we need to ask them that when we go. Yeah, let them tell us. You need to tell us. Are you better off today? Is Christmas is tomorrow? Does the eve look good after 18 months? You know, we can go and list many of the issues and the challenges, and you know them. And I know people say, oh, you need to come, you need to like, you know, do this. I don't know how that helps. Right? When you're feeling it. So I'm going to tell you about the feeling it. But what we try to offer solutions. We try to offer alternatives, different way of doing it. The government is the biggest employer. I promise you, in most other countries that are successful, what they call the private sector, businesses. They can be small businesses. They can be a lot of the taco barber shop, tailors, people who repair shoes, all the things. And they can be big businesses as well. We want to create an environment where those people can make money, where they can employ people, where they can support themselves and their family. So creating jobs, growing the economy, creating the right environment so that when you're successful, we're not overtaxing you. The people are not trying to fight, they need to create bribes just for you to do your work. This is that where we want to aspire, we want to develop. And we can do it. If other countries can do it, if other countries can do it, we can do it. Liberia can do it. But it's up to us. It's up to us to decide we want a different way. We want to go a different direction. We want an alternative. Or you want to call it a third way. Whatever you want to call it. It's up to you, it's up to us as the people to make that decision. And not keep doing the same thing over and over and expect different results. Because you will not get different results. Liberia will continue to go the way it's going, unless we prepare it's different. So let me stop. And I'm not sure who's going to facilitate taking your questions. So who from Mr. MC? It's over to you to take questions. Oh, that is great day of work. No, I want for if you ever see. That Rana can't. Rana won't be seen by the media.
Yeah, so seen by the media. Sure. So let me say thank you for this rare opportunity. I must admit to you, Benedict Cummings, I'm disappointed in you. I'm being very clear as a young man. You promised to meet me in the election time. You started the features to play a meeting. And then I therefore in the back to tell you today that you are here as a member of the Friends of Faith Affairs Association. I say to you, one of the members is disappointed. However, my question, activists might be realized by me. Liberia seeks a seat at the United Nations Security Council for 2026-2027. Liberia is among the two countries that are invited, the Democratic Republic of Congo The last time Liberia served that position was 1961, and the United Nations General Security Council is the sixth major organs at the United Nations, which comprises of 10 non-permanent members and 5 permanent members, namely America, China, Russia, UK, and France. It is rotational per region, and as a statement up to present, I have not seen, still to be corrected, I have not seen a post from you or a post from the Alternative National Congress on your support for Liberia in this critical time. What do you make of that? Thank you so much.
So, on the meeting, we promised you the access that was denied. I would take responsibility for that one is on me. So, we apologize if we made our commitment, we didn't keep it. Our apologies, and we'll try to improve on that in the future. On the Liberians desire to become a non-permanent member of the UN Security Council. Look, every Liberian should support that effort. It will be a good thing if we are successful and Liberia becomes a Security Council. So we support the effort. We hope it happens. But I also hope that the government has a clear strategy around why they want that role, what they're going to do with it that will benefit Liberia. I have not heard, and maybe I missed it, maybe I haven't followed, but I have not heard anywhere articulated or written as to what the strategy is. Why do we want to go? What are we going to do with it when we get it? How will it benefit Liberia? So I'm hopeful Liberia gets it, and I hope there is some benefit to us from getting that other than just the prestige. That's not only important, but I hope there's some strategy, some thinking on how we directly benefit from that. But I wish the country well. I wish the government well.
United we stand together, we fall down, yo!